allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn rájò. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ, àní ẹ̀sùn rájò. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o, àní ẹ̀sùn rájò.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me, brethren. Remember to read beyond the caption of this broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it. Share it. To invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. And tell them that Mayegun today, that Mayegun is live. Tonight, we are going to their budget presentation. And do my best or my little to help you understand the charade and possibly the scam or the fraud that is cooked and celebrated by the APC, led by the illegitimate Koolu Tinubu today. As much as, I don't know, for those who have expectations, okay, I do not, but at the same time, whatever this guy does, affects not only those who are living in Nigeria, including us, living outside the contraption. So this is why you should have an idea of the nonsense that this guy cooked, and possibly you would have an idea what the 2025 is going to look like economically, so that those of you that they promise the budget of renewed hope, because that's the name of their budget for 2024, the time where you have to deal with more job losses, more economic losses, and then more corruption that puts more money in the pocket of the criminals, the thieves, while the likes of Kadobi, Oduduwa, Emefiole, as well as the Wale Edun and their gang continue to regale you with their, word salaries and other nonsense that they fed you with in this 2024. So they've put together another useless, there's a word for that, but don't worry. Put together another useless package called budget, an unrealistic, budget, which the chunk of it is going into recurrent expenditure, meaning to pay themselves very well, handsomely, buy themselves whatever luxury they missed in 2024. So Tinubu put together a budget that is also unrealistic. And that is what we are going to deal with partially this evening in parts. And it's going to be like step after step. I can give you the highlight of it. So in 2024, Tinubu's budget was 28 trillion naira. His 2025 budget is 48 trillion naira because it's 47.95 trillion. So what's the difference? So 48 trillion. So by the time the Akpabiole's National Assembly, right, by the time they finish with doctoring and padding and patching and the rest of that, it's likely going to be over 50 trillion naira. But here is something, like the 2024 budget. The inflationary figure of Nigeria is going to further skyrocket, even though Tinubu and his gang are saying that they want to cut down inflation. And you see, inflation, the higher the inflation, the tougher, the harder you're suffering in that contraption where people who are working will end up even suffering, okay? So their budget for 2024 is projected that it's going to be 48 trillion as presented by Tinubu. However, they are projecting a revenue of 32 trillion naira, and then the deficit is 34 trillion. The deficit is put at 13 trillion, meaning they plan on borrowing at least 13 trillion naira next year. Part of the presentation as well was that the naira to dollar exchange is not going down anytime soon, and they have no plan for it. Their benchmark for that 2025 is not, it's not 1,000 or 1,200 as they initially said. It is 1,500. Currently, the exchange rate is 1,760 or so naira to $1. So that's not changing. But they intend to intensify their squeezing, which is that of taxes. You are going to face more taxation and more taxes, which they believe is their means of making more money. But there are other teeth and bits to the presentation that happened in their National Assembly today. So now we will go to that National Assembly, where Koolu presented the same unrealistic nonsense, but he called it the budget of transformation. Said, let's start with that, because I think we should start with the boring part first before we get into the other interesting part tonight, right? Because another heartbreaking report from that contraption is a shocker that over 614,000 people were killed by different terrorists in Nigeria in last 1 year under Tinubu. 600,000 killed by terrorists. Over 2.2 million Nigerians were kidnapped under Tinubu in the last 1 year, and over 2.23 trillion naira was also made from ransom by the terrorists in Nigeria. So Nigerians paid 2.23 trillion naira to terrorists as ransom between 2023 and 2024 on that Tinubu. So we'll cover that, but let's start with the boring part, where Tinubu was, where he presented the 2025 budget. First, the clowns that were supposed to be acting as the checks and balancing for whatever the executive is doing, they opened the floor with your man debt, they shall die, like this one.
Assembly. But we now invite our distinguished president, a man of focus, a man who loves the National Assembly, the one that will support you to support your constituents, to now present the 2025 budget. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand. Oh yeah. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand. Thank you very much. Thank you. After listening to this great remark of a great mind, colleague, and the president of the Senate, I feel I could have just lay the budget. Go. With your
rendition of the mandate support, I can't do otherwise. I must but respect you and go through the exercise of reading. It is a great honor and pleasure for me to be back where I started. As once a member of this respected house of thinkers and doers, I am grateful to be your president. And to be here to see so many faces of my friends, colleagues, and
Assembly.
Then he went on to tell us what is the contents of that budget. Like I said, the boring part first, right? Yeah.
2025 budget at a time when our country is at a crucial point in its development trajectory. The 2025 budget proposal again reinforces our administration's roadmap to secure peace, prosperity, and hope for a greater future for our beloved nation. This budget christened Budget of Restoration, Securing Peace, Building Prosperity strikes at the very core of our renewed hope agenda and demonstrates our commitment to stabilizing the economy, improving the lives and repositioning our country for greater performance. The journey of economic renewal and institutional development, which we began 18 months ago, and I emphasize just 18 months ago, as a nation, is very much underway. It is not a journey of our choosing, but one we have to embark on for Nigeria to have a real chance at greatness. And I thank every Nigerian for embarking on this journey of reform and transformation with us. The road of reform is now clearly upon us, and as the president of this blessed nation, I know this less traveled road has not been easy, that there have been difficulties and sacrifices. They will not be in vain, I assure you. I say we must keep faith with the process to arrive at our collective desired destination. We must build on progress we have made in the past 18 months in restructuring our economy and ensuring it is strong enough to withstand the headwind of any future shocks of the global downturn. The 2025 budget that I present to you today is one of the restoration. It seeks to consolidate the key policies we have instituted to restructure our economy boost human capital development, increase the volume of trade and investment, bolster oil and gas production, get our manufacturing sector humming again, and ultimately increase the competitiveness of our great nation and economy. We do not intend to depart from this critical path to strengthen the Nigerian economy. Just as I believe in the resilience of our economy to withstand the current challenges, I also strongly believe in the resilience of the Nigerian people. Again, I summon the unstoppable Nigerian spirit to lead us as we work to rebuild the fabric of our economic and existence. The improvement we have witnessed in year 2024 budget has led us into the 2025 budget. The goals of advancing national security, creating economic opportunities, investing in our youth population, infrastructure development, and national reorientation form the core of the year 2025 budget. But more than that, this will lay a solid foundation for a Nigerian's future growth trajectory. The current economic realities and progress. Distinguished Senate President, Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, leaders and members of both chambers of the National Assembly, I report today that our economy is responding positively to stimulus. Our objective is to further stimulate the economy through implementation of targeted fiscal stimulus, packages through public expenditure and specific non-inflationary spending. The reform we have instituted are beginning to yield results, no reversals. Nigerians will soon experience a better and more functional economy. Global economic growth for the outgoing year in year 2024 was projected at 3.2%, and against predictions of our country's
nuisance lele.
Again, like I said, we are starting with the boring part, and it can be very annoying, right? When you sit there and you are hearing him say things are getting better, Nigeria economy is improving, and then a demand that once told you that Shana statistics will go chop, right, is now kind of like flaunting fake statistics. For example, he said your economy is recovering. Nigerian Naira lost more than 1,000% of its value under that criminal. Nigerian Naira was when this criminal hijacked your power last year and the state capture of Nigeria took effect. Nigerian Naira was a 610 Naira official exchange rates. Today, Nigerian Naira is 1,760 something Naira to $1. Now, when he says something about your economy recovering, inflation when this criminal hijacked power in Nigeria was at less than 22%. Today, they kind of like repeatedly saying that inflation in Nigeria is just nearly 35%. food inflation was at 23% when this criminal took charge. Today, food inflation in Nigeria is over 45%, and this is being generous, by the way. You know, I don't know the the measurement they are using to measure that, because a bag of rice was 30,000 naira last year. Today, a bag of rice is over 100,000 naira, right? So the economy that is recovering, I do not have a clue what he's saying, right? Then every other thing he's saying right there is just like word salad. And it's unfortunate that when people like that, when people who write his speech, write lies, and he is confidently reading that to the supposed representatives of the people, not like they have anything they can do, because they are all part and parcel of it, right? But it is sad. But in the same breath, he said Nigerians will soon begin to experience the effect of his reform, what they have been saying to you. But I want him to finish, then we can move on.
Leaders and members of both chambers of the National Assembly, I report today that our economy is responding positively to stimulus. Our objective is to further stimulate the economy through implementation of targeted fiscal stimulus, packages through public expenditure, and specific non-inflationary spending. The reform we have instituted are beginning to yield results, no reversals. Nigerians will soon experience a better and more functional economy. Global economic growth for the outgoing year was 2024 was projected at 3.2%, and against predictions of our countries, we have made significant progress. Our economy grew by 3.46%. Round it down, that is 3.5 of year 2024, up from 2.54% in the third quarter of year 2023. Our foreign reserves now stand at nearly $42 billion from negative inheritance. We are providing a robust buffer against external shocks. Our rising exports are reflected in our current trade surplus, which now stands at 5.8 trillion naira. National Bureau of Statistics confirms this. The clear result of gradual recovery, among others, reflected the resilience of our economy and the impact of deliberate policy choices we've made from the outset. For year 2024 budget performance, I'm happy to inform this August National Assembly that our administration attained remarkable milestone in implementing the 2024 budget. In 2024, we achieved 14.55 trillion naira in revenue, meeting 75% of our target as of the third quarter. 21.60 trillion naira in expenditure, representing 85% of our target, also in the third quarter. While